Food is the ingredient that brings us together. Traveling throughout Morocco, visiting different cities and trying different dishes. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, that way you'll stay updated throughout our trip. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us again today. Today we're going to be making some Moroccan couscous, and here are some of the ingredients that are going to go in them. So we got, let's see, oil, turmeric, black pepper and ginger, chickpeas, we got beef, onion, coriander, tomato. This is salted butter, salt. And we got here some veggies. So we got daikon, pumpkin, onion, cabbage. This is similar to dill peppers, green and red peppers, as well as some carrots is down there. So stay tuned as we make some couscous. So we're just going to put all the veggies and the ingredients in a pot, and it depends on the meat that you're using. So you can use a pressure cooker or just a regular pot to cook the meat. So we got the tomato, onion, as well as coriander there. Now we're just going to add a spoon of ginger, a spoon of black pepper, and then another spoon of turmeric. And the next is the salty butter, 1 tablespoon. A little bit of salt, next we got 1 cup of oil, you can just now mix everything together just to make sure all the spices are mixed. And so we're just going to add the meat. The meat is lamb. Earlier I mentioned it was beef, so just want to correct that. It's actually lamb that we're using. Now we'll mix it again just to make sure all the spices and the veggies are mixed with the meat, and then we'll start it. So now once we mix the meat with the veggies and put it on top of the fire or heat, we're going to add the chickpeas in the pot. Okay, so now that the onion is soft a little bit, we're going to add the chickpeas. The chickpeas were pre-soaked for 24 hours, so they're a little bit soft. And now that they're added, we're going to mix it and let it cook for another little bit. Now we're going to add water enough that it's just a couple of inches above the meat, and we'll cook it until the meat is soft. So cook it until the meat is soft. I'm going to add the veggies in the pot. The time for the cooking the meat, it depends on how long it takes for the meat to soften, and the water is also dependent on how much is left after. So when you add your veggies and it looks like the water has dried up, you can add some additional. So here we're adding first the carrots, as well as 1 tomato, we got some daikons, and we're gonna add so now the rest of the veggies. So we got pumpkin, and you can hear the adhan in the background. Here we got zucchini, so when you're putting these veggies and you see that there's not a lot of water, you can add additional, so that way the veggies are submerged in that soup or water. The last 2 were actually yam, Here we got a little bit more of a daikon on the zucchini. And this is bell pepper. One bell pepper, and then we got some chilies, and we're going to add those actually later. Here's the couscous. You can find it in Superstore, in the international products or ingredient sections. Also, you can find it in any Middle Eastern or Arabic grocery stores as well. So these are the steps on how to actually prepare the couscous itself. For 4 people, we're using half a kilo of couscous. Now we're going to add half a cup of oil, and we're using a basically a bowl. That way we can, when we add the oil, water, if the water doesn't sit in it. This is the easier way of doing it, because the harder way, you actually have to steam the couscous 3 times. Using this method, we use hot water and we only have to steam it once. So before adding the water, make sure that the oil, you mix it with all the couscous, so that way you don't have any part that is dry, and there's nothing that's actually like a ball or big pieces inside there, so make sure everything is smooth. I'm going to add a little bit of salt there as well, and then just keep mixing that. Keep mixing it to make sure that there are no lumps and the oil has been mixed thoroughly with the couscous. Now we're adding the hot water and the couscous. Okay, so the couscous, now the preparation. So that dish, they call it kasriya. It's basically made out of clay. And they didn't have to do too much with the couscous. So it's just basically the oil, the hot water, let it sit, and it's ready. And now it's just a matter of breaking down those lumps. You can see all those big little lumps. You want to break it to make it the couscous be fine, and then just be grain by grain rather than having those small little lumps in. And that's about it for now until we get the meat and the veggies. So now they're just going to steam the couscous. Underneath is the meat with the veggies, and on top we'll put the couscous to steam it. So this is the couscous. We got some extra sauce on the side that you can top it with, and this is sauce. It's made with onions and raisins. So it's just the couscous is in the bottom, and then we got veggies and the meat on top. So let's give it a try and see how it tastes. So we got here some chickpeas as well as That's okay. You can get it. It's really good. The couscous is really soft and it has actually absorbed all the sauces from the veggies. It's really flavorful and the veggies are really soft. So really, really good. Be making the marinade for kebab. Or this, we got some onion, some cilantro, and you can use parsley as well. Just going to mix it up. Okay, now we're going to mix that with the meat. So we got here, here we got some lamb cut in curry-sized pieces. And that's a mixture of the cilantro and onion, and we're gonna add 1 spoon of black pepper and 1 more, so 2 in total. We're going to add some cumin, that's 1.5 spoons. Paprika, 1 spoon of paprika, 2nd spoon, 2 spoons of paprika, coriander is next, 1 spoon of coriander, cayenne is next, or just basically chili, so there's 2 spoons of dried chili and some salt for seasoning, just based on your flavor, how much you like. Last but not least is vinegar. So we got 1 tablespoon of vinegar, just a little bit of oil, so I think that's about a tablespoon of oil as well that we're going to have. And that should be enough, so we're going to mix everything and let it sit for a couple of hours, then it's going to be ready for you. Like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any suggestions for our next video that we'll be making from Morocco, or if you'd like us to make a certain video on any specific food items from Morocco, please don't forget to write it in the comment section below.